Hello everybody, how are you doing all? I am doing very good. I hope you also doing very good. And as you know, I am Sudhyani, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. Okay, without delay, let's we have the discussions about today's concept, that is types of flow. The types of flow. The flow means water moving. In the one of the videos, I discussed about static fluid. In that scenario, the fluid is was in rest. Here, the fluid is flowing. The fluid is flowing, and behind this, the background is about kinetic motion. The kinetic energy, what it is? What is the difference between the dynamic and kinematics? So here, this is the branch of the science. Here, we will be studying about flow motion. The water flows, that motion we will be considering here without considering the forces. In the dynamic, we will be considering the forces. This is the little bit the difference between the dynamics and kinematics. Okay, the types of the flows. Once the water flows through the pipe or open channel, it might be closed channel, there will be different types of the flows. Those types of the flows are steady and unsteady flow, uniform and non-uniform flow, laminar and turbulent flow, compressible and incompressible, rotational and irrotational, and finally one-dimensional, two-dimensional and three-dimensional flows. And what are these? When we heard the flow, it means we think the water is flowing. We will be not at all thinking about these types of the flows are present. Let's we have the discussions over one by one. First one is steady and unsteady flow. The name itself, it said that here the properties of the fluids, the main properties of the fluids are velocity, pressure and density. Velocity, this is P, pressure and density. These properties do not change with the time. It means once you consider this is the pipe section, consider 3 points, this is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. Okay, consider any point it might be. Here the study, what it says, the properties of the liquid do not change with the time. At a time t1, something if you take at a time t1 means one particular time, the velocity will be something like 3 or 2, the something value. After some fraction, that is another t2 time, at the same time the velocity will be same. It will be not at all changing. That's we call steady flow. And how to write it in mathematical relationship? Can anybody guess? As Travis, the relationship, the changing relationship, how we derive by using the partial derivation, dV by dt. What is relationship? Please just have one idea. dV by dt, it will be not changing with time. Then how to write? Okay, just think over this. I will write another properties, dP by dt and del rho by del t. Okay, as someone if you have the idea, the dV by dt is equal to 0. It means the difference of the velocity at the different time is 0, no any difference. At all the time, the velocity will be same. So this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 0. This we call as steady flow. Please do remember the mathematical relationship for the steady flow is dV by dt for the velocity, del P by del T is equal to 0 for the pressure and del rho by del T is equal to 0 for the density. And what does mean by unsteady flow? Just opposite of that. It means the properties of the liquid, they will change. They do change with time. It means at the particular time it will be something velocity, and after some time the velocity will be changed. It means the velocity, pressure and density, this is going to change with respect to time. It means how to write it in mathematically. Yes, can you guess? Come on, follow. Here is for the study, and here I said already it is the opposite of this. Yes, come on, guess it. Yes, you going good. That is del T is not equal to 0. So, del P by del T is not equal to 0, and del rho by del T is not equal to 0. This is for unsteady. Okay? In steady and unsteady, we are dealing with respect to time. Okay, uniform and non-uniform. What it might be? The uniform and non-uniform, once you consider the pipe, this is the length of the pipe, this is length of the pipe. Here the velocity will be not changing for as we move with the space. It means throughout the length the velocity will be same. It means this is uniform. If you take at the section 1, the velocity will be v1. Just this is the consideration. If you measure the velocity at the section 2, if you consider at the second section, the velocity, it will be v1 only. The velocity here also same and here also same. It means the velocity will be same throughout the length of the pipe. So, this is we call uniform flow. And what is non-uniform flow? Yes, come on, guess it. Opposite of uniform. So, it will be changing at the with respect to space. How to write it in mathematically? Okay, this is for the first. How to write it in mathematically? We can write it del V by with respect to what? Here we are with respect to dealing with del S. S means space is equal to 0. This is for uniform. And for non-uniform, how to write? Not equal to 0. Okay. This is steady, unsteady, uniform, non-uniform. And next one is laminar and turbulent. Laminar and turbulent means the once you consider the flow, the streamline flow, this is the pipe. If you consider pipe, the flow will be like this. The streamlines are very finely, smoothly, the parallel all each other. You can see here. This is parallel to this line, this is parallel to this line, this is parallel to this line. No any collision between the particles. That's moving very fine and very smooth, and the streamlines are parallel and the adjacent to each other. So, this type of flow we call as laminar flow. And what does mean by turbulent flow? The turbulent flow is, if we consider this as a pipe, the flow will be zigzag. Can see here, very zigzag. You cannot predict the stream line. The flow line we cannot predict. When it enters, it will move like this. No any what's that? The flow ways are parallel. Here all are collide each other. And in the real time application, how it happens? The most of the energy which gets lost only by the eddies carries. Eddies carries means when the water flow through the pipe or the open channel, which carries is the some sediments from the bottom of the canal. When it carries the sediments along with the flow of the water, which the flow direction get disturbed, and some of the bubbles you can see in the real time, the water bubbles that will move up and that all the direction get collates and it looks like a zigzag flow. So, whatever the sediments that carried by that energy required for that is, we call it as a loss of energy due to carrying the eddies in the open channel. This will happen always. In the open channel, so many the consequences used to be, because the losses will be more and the surface friction will be more, and due to this the energy loss will be more. So, this type of the random or the zigzag flow, we call it is as turbulent flow. Okay. Then what is compressible and incompressible? Compressible means compress, we can compress it is. For example, 1 liter capacity bottle. Okay, that bottle, how much you can fill the water? 1 liter only, obviously. Already they mentioned 1 liter. Water I am telling. This is incompressible fluid. The 1 liter of bottle which we can pour only 1 liter of the water. We cannot compress that. So, that is incompressible. It means the density for the incompressible, that is the density will be equal to constant. This is for incompressible. Compressible means we can compress the LPG, the 15 kg of the LPG, we can fill the 15 kg also. How much? That is the maximum capacity they used to mention. If you fill 5 kg also, that occupies whole volume. So, again compressing the maximum, that will be having 15 kg. It means that is the compressible. We can compress and we can fill again and again and again. How you blow the balloon? Once you blow very smoothly, that will blow up the little bit size, but that occupies whole space. When you blow up, that will, the size gets bigger. So, that is compressible. Similarly, in the liquid. So, here the density will be not constant. So, this will compressible and incompressible. The rotational and irrotational, will name itself, it says whatever the liquid flows, it will rotate with respect to its axis. It will flow with respect to its own axis. And irrotational, the similar, it will be not rotating with respect to its axis. This is its own axis, but it is not rotating with respect to this. So, that we call it is as irrotational flow. And what is one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional flow? The simply I will tell you, one dimensional means the whatever the flow occurs, and this is the velocity in this. If you consider this type of the flow, the velocity is the function of time and one space coordination in one dimensional. In the one dimensional, one space coordination, if you consider u as the property of the liquid and this is the function of x, only I am taking x, it means this is the function of velocity, velocity is the function of time and one space coordination, that is the coordinator, this is x. This is one dimensional. What does it mean? It means whatever the properties of the fluids that changes with respect to only one direction, and the remaining two direction we are going to neglect in this, but this will be not happen always in real time. But this is the theoretical part. For the analysis, this is a very important. The flow, the property of the liquid, that will change only with respect to only one direction. For the two dimensional, here the velocity is the function of time and two space coordinator. For this, the u is the function of x, comma, one more is y. Here at the two direction, the properties of the liquids, those are changing. In the third direction, changes are going to neglect in the two dimensional. Similarly, can you guess for the three dimensional? Yes, properties of the liquid that will change How many direction? X, Y and Z direction. In three directions, the properties of the liquids gets changed, and we will be considering all this. Okay. At last, I will glance once again how to remember these all. It looks very messy. How to do this? Very separate. First, in the steady and unsteady. Okay. Properties of the liquids. We know it is a very well, and in the steady and unsteady, we will be dealing with time. That means properties with respect to time. And uniform, non-uniform, what? Uniform and non-uniform, we will be dealing with respect to space. Laminar and turbulent, with respect to direction of the flow. Here, the streamlines are parallel, so it is laminar. And the turbulent streamlines are very zigzag. The molecules are moving very zigzag, so it is called the turbulent. Compressible, incompressible, compressible and incompressible. It means the density it is same. So it is respect to density. Rotational and irrotational. Rotation, how you deal the rotation with respect to axis, the center of the axis. If it rotates, the water rotates or the fluid rotates with respect to its own axis. So that is we call rotational. If it is not rotates with respect to its own axis, then we call it as irrotational. One dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional. This is the obviously the velocity is the property, special properties of the liquid. So that is the function of time. And one more is the addition is space coordinate. Space coordinate, that is for one dimension only we have to consider one direction, that is x. In two dimension we have to consider two direction x, y. So in the three dimensional flow we should consider all three directions. This is the just little bit glance of the types of the flow. I hope you enjoyed it and you can remember it very easily, and this concept will be same in fluid mechanics and also in the hydraulic subject. It will be, you will be studying it is in the second year, second sem. Okay. If you have any discuss, please do approach me. We will be solving it very soon, and have a good day. Thank you each and everyone.